Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com, and today's topic is the Louisiana Loup Garous. And I don't know if I'm saying it right because this is a completely new term for me, a new thing for me. I know it's French, spelled Loupgarous. So let's go. Let's see what we have. Hi, Lynn. Hope all is well with you. I've been reading and doing some research on the dog man recently, and I did read your previous sessions when someone had requested this as a topic, and you mentioned there are extraterrestrial and not physical. However, much of what I've been reading points to something else, or maybe a different type of creature. The material I've been reading suggests this is a type of curse or affliction, and these are actually human beings. There's supposedly a lot of things in the Louisiana area, specifically the deep bayou areas. People refer to them as Loup Garous. The Native Americans in the area seem to know quite a bit about these things, and they are not skinwalkers according to them. They are something else. They are old, almost ancient, and may have a religious connection. St. Christopher was said to have a curse and was depicted sometimes with the head of a dog, and it changed back into a man's head when he found God. I'm curious if you think these are different extraterrestrial versions that you mentioned in your previous session. Thank you. So it was a new term for me, so I like that. I like not having an impression when I go into a reading. So focused on these beings. And I do get there was some truth to the legends, but I saw it come through a little differently. As I viewed them, it looked as though these beings started out as 3D humans, but they had a genetic mutation that caused hair to grow over much of their face, and they somewhat resembled a dog with their unusual hair pattern. I think this is called hypertrichosis, and I'll put a picture out there on both my blog and the video for you to look at. And basically it's where hair grows where you normally wouldn't have hair, like your cheeks, your nose, your forehead. Very strange hair pattern, but I get that these individuals, they lived, hundreds of years ago, and it's a genetic mutation. This has been going on for a really long time, and there was really no explanation. So the story that was made up, because that's what people did, is that these people were cursed, and they weren't really half dog, they just had this genetic mutation. So even though people didn't understand genes, they didn't understand how things were mutated, they just immediately, their go-to, oh, this person's cursed, oh, we need to get rid of them, something's wrong, we got to get them out of society. It's kind of like how they did the Salem witch trials. If you are different, they want you gone for fear that you will attract something negative or something more, that you have some special power, that you're going to do something. So that's basically what they did. They thought that these people with this gene were some kind of evil, and they needed removed and taken out. So as these Loup Garous passed into spirit, many remain attached to earth. It's like you hear these spirits that have some kind of trauma, unfinished business, maybe they need or feel revenge, something like that. But this was due to this torture that they went through and this unfair treatment and harassment they received when they're here in the 3D. Then I saw that after they passed into spirit, they would sort of collect together and form these groups in spirit, and occasionally shape-shift back to the 3D, just how we see a ghost or an apparition now. They would shape in, and I get that sometimes they would appear like a mirage in the distance. You might see an outline and you think you see it. Looks kind of this dog looking, spirit out there, not really sure what you're looking at. And sometimes they would try to possess a human body like a vehicle and take it for a ride. So they would try to possess a person. And I also got that some tried to conjure these beings back during black magic as well and force the spiritual takeover, because again, they thought they were evil and they had some special power. So people that are into that, they wanted to bring them back and see if they could also obtain whatever the special power was that they had. And honestly, when I went into this reading, there were so many mixed feelings when I tuned into these beings, because on one aspect, you feel this compassion. You see these people, they just have these hard lives. You see them being tortured and just no justification, doing horrible things to them. Then there's a side that it's like you want to help them move on from these earthly attachments because it's not serving them well, and their attachment here is not really serving it well either. And then lastly, you look at this and the anger and resentment that these beings have, it just it leaves their energy so dark and heavy that you don't even necessarily want to be tied to it. So there's a lot of different things going on with the energy here, and it's just tough. It was a really strange but yet a very interesting reading. So I'd be really curious your thoughts if you think you've ever seen one. Pretty cool, pretty different. So I want to thank everybody. Thanks for listening. Feel free to leave a comment, like me, share me, all those great things. I truly appreciate all the support. And again, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thanks. Bye.